Now a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News. It's the most common tick-borne illness in America, Lyme disease. And health officials tell us this fall could bring an onslaught of ticks that carry it. The impacts of Lyme disease can range from serious pain to long-term effects like permanent memory loss.
We've learned cases of Lyme disease are on the rise in Rhode Island, with hundreds of people contracting it every year. So we wanted to find out what's being done to fight back against what one expert says will be an especially tick-filled season.
So for 6 years,
Dr. Tom Mather is the director of University of Rhode Island's Tick Encounter Resource Center. He says right now, when most people think tick season should be over, adult stage deer ticks are coming in droves, and with them comes a greater threat of Lyme disease.
Rhode Island ranks right up there as one of the deer tickiest places I've ever been.
Mather, known as the Tick Guy, says it's all the result of summers with high humidity and a growing population of white-tailed deer.
2012, 2013, and then again 2014 all set records for these nymphal deer ticks in Rhode Island.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Rhode Island has the second highest per capita rate of Lyme disease in the country, just behind Connecticut. We checked with the Rhode Island Health Department and found 723 cases were diagnosed in the state last year. But health officials tell us the number of Lyme disease cases is likely even higher and say they're making it a priority to get the resources needed to track the disease.
The more funding the health department has and the more time and energy we can devote to things, the more we can better understand every disease we have.
Doctors say 90% of people who get Lyme disease eventually recover with antibiotic treatment.
I'm not sure.
Brian Follett is one of the 10% who don't recover, though you'd never know it at first glance. He contracted Lyme disease when he was 11 years old, leaving him almost completely blind.
I was losing my sight. Couldn't see the TV, couldn't read anymore, couldn't see the food on my plate.
So what's the reaction you get when people find out that you're blind as a result of Lyme disease?
They're very shocked that, Lyme disease can do that much damage.
Follett is now a Paralympian skier. He uses that platform to talk about just what Lyme disease can do to a body and encourages others to look out for classic warning signs. For most people, Lyme disease presents as a bullseye rash. Symptoms can include fever, headache, and joint pain. To reduce your chances of contracting Lyme disease, experts say to wear protective clothing treated with the insecticide permethrin and to do a tick check every day. We've also learned residents in Jamestown and on Block Island are considering proposals to hunt deer in greater numbers in the hopes of eliminating the ticks they carry and prevent the spread of Lyme disease. And the health department tells me that Newport and Washington counties in Rhode Island have the most ticks in the state.
Shannon, how often do serious complications like blindness and memory problems result from Lyme disease?
Well, Mike, the health department says Brian's case is extremely rare. Usually it breaks down like this. 70% of cases present with that bullseye rash we talked about, while 30% end up experiencing other symptoms like joint pain, headaches, or even flu-like symptoms. And we do have more on ticks, Lyme disease, and prevention at WPRI.com.